Okay, I'm back, y'all. Something happened with my channel. It happened before, and that's usually when someone is messing with my channel from MAGA. The maggots, they love to try to bring down my channel if I'm talking about their savior, Donald Trump. Well, I have a Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. My savior is not Donald Trump, and it will never be Donald Trump. I believe totally in God. And when God is in existence, hey, you keep going. Hey, LaSwan, how you doing, King? Something just happened to my channel. I don't know if he was on there a couple minutes ago. I was live and just talking, and my channel was just acting up. So I'm starting over. Hey, Alan, how you doing? That's nobody but MAGA. They are report. That's what they're reporting your channel, trying to bring you down and destroy what you have. But I'm gonna keep going. I'm not gonna stop talking about what I'm talking about. So I'm back. And I believe, this is my opinion, I even believe somebody that works for YouTube is actually MAGA. And they have now been shadow banning me. They shadow banning my shorts, everything. So we got to start this over, y'all. I don't fear thee, I fear God. So again, if you see my products tab, shop tab, Queen Lillie hair growth oil, which is my hair growth oil, it is created by me. You can get it at walmart.com. There'll be a shop tab. Click on the shop tab, products tab, click on the products tab, and get you some Queen Lillie hair growth oil. It comes with Walmart. It's in the 1 ounce bottles. Queen Lillie hair growth oil. And did I add it this time? I may have forgotten. I don't know. But I think I added in the shop tab. Thank you, King LaSwan. Thank you, King Allen. Thank each and every last one of y'all that's in the bushes, because I know you're in the bushes. You can at least come out and say hello if you want to come over here in my live. Show me some love, okay? Hit that like button as y'all coming in. We're going to get started again. I'm going to still talk about the same old thing. So if they're going to report it, they're going to just keep having to report everything, baby. When God is in it, there's no limit. You got to remember that. I'm not afraid of the serpent demon in the White House. I'm afraid of God. So we're going to go ahead and get started, y'all. Satan, God's going to tell your kingdom down. Hold on just a moment, please. We're going to be covering a lot, y'all. It's a lot going on. A lot going on. Yesterday was Memorial Day. My daughter's a veteran. Memorial Day is when the past enslaved people celebrated our people coming back over here, and they didn't have anything for us. So we did our own way of celebration. So then the clear people started doing Memorial Day. But we, Black people, our ancestors originated Memorial Day, okay? I want y'all to remember that. We come from kings and queens from Africa, okay? Remember that. Remember who you are. Don't allow anybody to tell you different, because of them effing with my live just now. They trying to tell me different when God already gave me the knowledge to know what's real. I am a Black woman. I love my Black and brown people. I love white people too, but I won't let you infiltrate my mind. No, because y'all did it to our ancestors. But they had created ways to not let y'all infiltrate the minds. From the braidings in their hair, it was hidden language. So I may have to use hidden language on here, because I see what y'all doing. Y'all want to come for me because I'm giving the knowledge and the truth, and you can't handle the truth. But that's not my problem. That comes from your bad genes. So Trump is trying to sue the Democrats for hiring too many Black people, y'all. Trump is on this BS. He's intimidated by Black people. He's especially intimidated by Black women. Handle the truth, y'all. Oh no, he can't. So what does he do? You already been removing the Black history books from the school. You removing Black people by saying the DEI, but the whole time who benefited the most from DEI was clear women. So Trump suing the Democrats for hiring too many Black people. Are you kidding me, Donnie? Are you kidding me? You big buffoon. Are you kidding me, you fat Michelin tire? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The man is made up like somebody's grandma? Really? One moment, y'all. Oh, I got to take a sip to that. One moment, please. Satan, God's gonna tear your kingdom down.
The Justice Department is now investigating the mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson. The mayor.
Be sure to subscribe to his channel. You see his name?
Well, the mayor gave a speech in a church, in a black church.
Tom Hartman.
In which he basically
subscribe to his
he'd
channel.
hired a lot of, that he had, well, here's the phrase. He said, our administration is one of the most diverse administrations in the history of Chicago. And it is. It's 45% black, 25% brown, 8% Asian, 30% white. And so now he's being sued by the Justice Department. This is the third, by the way, attack on the mayor of Chicago by the Trump administration. They're suing him right now for hiring too many black people. They're saying he violated the Civil Rights Act because he was hiring people based on their race. And the fact that he went into this black church.
Hit the like button, everybody. Come on, hit the like button.
According to them, is that he's engaging in racial discrimination. They're also suing him.
But look who only brought white South Africans over here. That's discriminating.
From participating with ICE.
Putting out brown people, sending them to El Salvador. That's discriminating.
Are being investigated right now for alleged anti-Semitism, which we all know is the code word for not being sufficiently supportive of Benjamin Netanyahu's assault on Gaza. And hanging in the balance, $3.5 billion in federal grants that go to the city of Chicago every year. And that's a pretty damn big incentive. I mean, this is astonishing, frankly, that this administration is saying you're hiring too many black people and we're going to prosecute you for it. We have in this country, I mean, black people control 15% of black people control 15% of the wealth that white people control in the United States, and that's adjusted for proportion in population. This, of course, is historic. I mean, black people are locked out of, and many brown people as well, locked out of economic opportunity, locked out of job opportunities for centuries. And, government hiring is one of the few places where there has been not just essentially no discrimination in hiring, but arguably some efforts to remediate that situation. I just find this astonishing that the Trump administration's new thing is we're going to look around the country for Democratic elected officials who have hired too many black people, and we're going to try to prosecute them. How can you not acknowledge how insanely racist this policy is of the Trump administration to go after these people? Meanwhile, LaMonica McIver, a black congresswoman, has been charged. This is I don't recall another member of Congress being charged. I mean, Senator Menendez was just busted for bribery, but that was just good old-fashioned corruption. I mean, his mistake was that he wasn't doing real estate. He was taking gold bars and Mercedes. But LaMonica McIver was at that detention center in New Jersey. I said Maryland earlier. I was in New Jersey. And the interim U.S. attorney for New Jersey is Alina Habba, who is Trump's former lawyer. And then before that, she was the lawyer for parking garages. And she's charging this member of Congress with trespassing. And what is fascinating about this is that, number one, members of Congress have, by law, the right to walk into any federal facility anywhere in the country anytime. They don't even need permission.
I'm not going to show y'all the whole video, but I showed y'all this because right now, Donald Trump thinks he has a strategy that we can't see coming. Donnie, the fat man in the Oval Office, the overweight blimp, the man that has on black people makeup and he look like a buffoon, the man that wears hair pieces in his hair, but call other people ugly. You said Taylor Swift is not attractive anymore, Donnie. The mirror hates you. Stop it. Donald Trump hates black and brown people. He's sending black and brown people to El Salvador because they're brown and black. So now he's going through the Democrat Party and attacking them because they hired black people. Well, Donnie, white people can't be the only one with jobs, and the white people that are getting the jobs don't have the education nor the qualification. And I guarantee, hear me, I guarantee those black people have the qualification and the education. See, white people all through history, they didn't go get the education. It was giving those jobs. They knew someone that knew someone, and that's how they got those jobs. See, black people have to work 10 times harder in America than the clear people. And right now, Donnie, for its education, we're still winning. Eat it. But I wouldn't let you eat me. Your bottom teeth will slide out. And how gross. How gross.
One, offender type is biological fathers, but by far it is being done by middle-aged Caucasian men. Many, over half of them, college graduates. Many of them are educated, good jobs. This isn't just who we're thinking about. It's time that we call them out. Not only are we not doing our job as men, it's actually the opposite. Instead of being defenders and protectors of our families, we're hurting and abusing. We're going through a case to try to learn from this and do some more stuff. The guy that has already been put away and convicted of his crime was abusing an 18-month-old, his 18th-month-old, and his 9-month-old. Then we're looking at what he was doing it on. And he was doing it on a Florida Gator blanket. And I was thinking, man, it's probably someone that was rooting for the Gators. Probably someone that maybe is a fan or likes the Gators. No, this is how personal this is. Maybe it's someone that's in the stadium watching us play. Like, this isn't far off or far across around the world. And even sometimes members of Congress will say to us, you know, we got to worry about our backyard. No, we're talking about our backyard. This is our backyard. Number one, offender type is biological fathers, but by far it is being done by middle-aged Caucasian men. Many over.
Donnie. Y'all too busy taking advantage of children. The white, clear man. Too busy taking advantage of children. Wow, a vast majority of the men you going after, the black people you going after through the Democratic Party, those black people that have those jobs, they're working, trying to provide for their families. That is what's happening. But you want to target black people and bring them down because you're nothing inside. You know to yourself and for yourself, you didn't win this election. You said out of your mouth, you fat buffoon, that you know for sure. You said it from your little thin paper lips that this election was rigged. You said it. The fat man sitting at the Oval Office desk. You said Elon Musk, rat, rigged the election for you. Oh, he knows those computers, those voting computers very well. That's what you said, Donald J. Trump, Barron Trump's father, who has 34 felonies. Melania Trump, with all the news that was all over the internet and on Russian news. You said from your mouth, Donald Trump, a white man. You said the election was rigged in your favor. You said the man with 34 felonies. You said, Donald Trump, that Elon Musk knows those voter machines. And you know deep down inside, you are white trailer park trash that just lives in the White House and has money. But you didn't get it all legally. Corruption is all in that White House, Donnie. You are corruption. You should be wearing the scarlet letter A. So, Melania, is that White House a nursing home? It's time for Donnie to go in a nursing home.
The trophy was. It didn't work out too well. But that doesn't work out too well, I must tell you. A lot of
hit the like button, everybody. Come on, hit that like button.
That was Donald Trump going off the deep end, giving a
hit the like button.
Talking about trophy wives during a time you're supposed to be talking about lofty goals for people's futures. And supposedly he's talking about someone else's trophy wife.
He's talking about Melania Trump, the one that needs to put him in the nursing home.
Who he's seen for probably less than 2 weeks since he's been in office. More importantly, though, this going off the deep end for Trump is becoming more and more common. On the stage at West Point, he had to be led along like a toddler by a military official. Just like on Capitol Hill the other day, he had to be led along by Mike Johnson. The major news will never tell you the obvious. Donald Trump has lost it. And ironically, instead of talking about Trump because they're afraid of getting sued, they're talking about the last president and his mental decline from 2 years ago. News is, by definition, new. And they're afraid of discussing anything new because, yeah, they're going to get sued if they do. Anyone who has dealt with a loved one in an assisted living facility, I have, you might have too, knows the signs. Donald Trump is in mental decline. He has good days and he has bad days, and he should be nowhere near the White House, which has been turned into an assisted living facility.
A trophy wife.
I've been telling y'all, that man is not well. And this is what's going to happen. See, when the white man gets old, because I know people that works in the nursing homes, he start telling all the bad things he has done. In those nursing homes, those old white men, they go back to who they were in their younger years. I talk to people that worked in nursing homes. Those old white men, they go back and their minds go all the way back sometimes to their ancestors. They fill up on the black women because they think they have rights. They have rights to just touch up on those black nurses at the nursing homes. They sit in there and they tell all the bad things they have done in those nursing homes. Donnie is actually, his state of mind is the nursing home. Melania, do the American people justice and put Donald J. Trump in a nursing home. You are his wife. You could do it. It don't matter that he's the president. The wife has rights. Donald J. Trump belongs in a nursing home. So did you know that Memorial Day was started by enslaved black people? Yes, Memorial Day was originated by black people. Yes, yes, yes. So black people started Memorial Day on May 1st, 1865. Whites erased it from history, and then they went back and claimed it as theirs. If that ain't what they do even now, they steal the black dances and they rename it something else. Then they get on television, like the Ellen DeGeneres show when it was on, and say they created it. Nothing new for the white people. Memorial Day was yesterday. So the Civil War ended on April 9th, 1965, over its Confederate foes. In order to celebrate the victory and honor the unalive, on May 1st of that year, around 10,000 freed black men and women gathered in historic Hampton Park in South Carolina. Satan, God's gonna tear your kingdom down. That Oval Office, that's what God gonna take over. Yes. So 3,000 African-American students led the event by singing John Brown's Body while holding arms loads of roses, according to the Blight's book, The American Oracle. After the school children, hundreds of African-American women followed with possessions of baskets of flowers, wreaths, crosses, according to the American Oracle. Black men marched, followed by a group of Union. Ooh, y'all. So when we celebrated, we celebrated with the honor of our ancestors. And if you paid attention lately, the ancestors are moving in our favor. Because right now, Annabella, the doll, is in Washington, D.C. And Donald Trump's birthday, March celebration, supposed to be on June 14th. June 14th, Donald Trump. We're going to celebrate President Barack Obama. That's what I would say at least 50% of America will be doing. Yes.
We're gonna tear your kingdom down. Satan, we're gonna tear your kingdom down.
Donald Trump is a man with 34 felonies. How did he become
Satan,
the world leader again?
We're gonna tear your
Donald Trump
down.
is a man that has been married
Satan,
3 times. Kids with 3 different women. Kids with 3 different women. Donald Trump is not a man of dignity and pride for the American people. Look at his list of crimes. How and why would you admire a man like this? Donald Trump hates black people. Donald Trump hates the black and brown people. God, cover us, black and brown people. We are being targeted every day. In the name of Jesus, I rebuke that over office in God's name.
This is one of the craziest stories on Donald Trump right now, and nobody seems to be talking about it. This is Justin's son. He's a Chinese national who attended Donald Trump's secret crypto dinner.
Hit that like button. Come on.
In Virginia, the top 200 investors.
I work hard doing all this research while I was on vacation. Hit that like button.
Access to the presidency in exchange for an investment. And Justin's son gave him that investment, but in exchange, it seems like Donald Trump did something.
Hit that like button, y'all.
$75 million into Donald Trump's family cryptocurrency,
making
him and his buddies significantly more wealthy. The SEC put a 60-day pause on the charges of market manipulation and offering unregistered securities it had been pursuing against him since 2023. It's also been reported that the FBI was investigating him as well, but once he bought a bunch of Donald Trump's cryptocurrency, that investigation seemingly went away. He was also given one of Donald Trump's watches at the event last night. Is this not just blatant corruption? He dumps a bunch of money into Donald Trump's cryptocurrency, and then suddenly the investigations into him by the SEC and the FBI, which are now controlled by Trump appointees, just magically go away. If any Democrat did this, Republicans would be freaking out, but since it's Donald Trump, they're silent. This is insane. As a reminder, I post on...
See, Donnie is all about that money. You dump money into his crypto, he look out for you. But you got to dump a lot of money into his crappy crypto. See, those people had to pay what? Near $1 million or more to get into that unsophisticated dinner. Did y'all not see the food I showed y'all that they were serving at that dinner? Look, Donnie, it's nothing to brag on. Look at that salad. You can get a salad better than that at a cheap hotel. The Marriott. Look at this. They don't even know how to season a steak and make it want to quench your thirst. Donnie, look at that crappy meal that they paid so much money to go to your dinner. You have no class, Donnie, and your wife has no ass. I have so much back there, and I'm small. I could donate some to you, Melania Trump, because you have nothing. You made up like a boy with balloons, 2 balloons on the front, on your chest. Donald Trump, the mega party, released the guest list.
This is one of the craziest stories on Donald Trump right now, and nobody seems to be talking about it. This is Justin's son. He's a Chinese national who attended Donald Trump's secret crypto dinner last night at his property in Virginia. The top 200 investors in Donald Trump's cryptocurrency got to go to this dinner and dine with him. Essentially, he's selling access to the presidency in exchange for an investment. And Justin's son gave him that investment, but in exchange, it seems like Donald Trump did something for him. After son dumped $75 million into Donald Trump's family cryptocurrency, making him and his buddies significantly more wealthy, the SEC...
That's the scandal. $75 million. And the Democrats want Donald Trump to release his guest list. He's refusing to. Why? Why, Donnie? Again, we will be celebrating Barack Obama on Donald Trump's birthday, June the 14th. Donald Trump is a piece of what? Donald J. Trump is a piece of, look, Donald J. Trump is a piece of it. June the 14th, Donald Trump's birthday. Again, we're celebrating President Barack Obama.
Satan, we're gonna tear your kingdom down.
It's time for we the people to step in and do what we're supposed to do. I'm getting on here at least 5 days out the week, giving y'all the goods, because we got to fight back. Fight back, America. Take our country back. America is a country of diversity, different colors, races, and that's what makes the rainbow beautiful.
Satan, we're gonna tear your kingdom down.
Honey, Paula White ain't got nothing on me.
This whole tariff scam has not been about bringing American jobs home, but instead, what Trump has been doing is threatening massive tariffs on countries and then reporting.
Listen to the scandal.
Coming out that these countries are then opening up to Musk's companies and signing contracts or looking at contracts with Starlink as a way of getting out from underneath these tariffs. You could be paying thousands of dollars more a year in your consumer goods because of these tariffs, all so that Trump can basically extort countries to do business with his buddy Elon Musk that bought him the presidency. That is the core of corruption.
Satan, we're gonna tear your kingdom down. Ooh, corruption, scandal in the White House. So, and this is something that's illegal that's being done. This is illegal. Donald Trump let Melania Trump sign a bill. The bill is nowhere near legal. More corruption in the White House. That Trump family is corrupted. It's the most worst corrupt family ever. They operate like the mob. Again, what are we doing June the 14th, everybody? Who are we celebrating on June the 14th? America. We will be celebrating Obama Appreciation Day on June the 14th. Spread the word. Spread the word. Donnie, you would not have a great birthday on my watch. One moment, please. Why must y'all allow a man with these grades run a country? He's already old and senile, who deserves to be in a nursing home. Look at Donald Trump's GPA when he attended Fordham University. And this who y'all want running the Oval Office? Satan, we're going to tear your kingdom down. And white people, y'all should truly be offended that this white man who tells y'all what to do and he hates black and brown people, he wearing black and brown people makeup. That's a black person's makeup. You should be offended that he wants to be President Barack Obama. So Donald Trump wears black people makeup, MAGA. Your skin is not this color, MAGA. He wear the makeup darker than me and I'm a black woman. That's blasphemy. And those of you that love babies, right now, Cassie Ventura is having her baby in the hospital right now, her third baby, and I think is a baby boy. So in my chat, let's celebrate Cassie Ventura having her third baby. Congratulations, Cassie. And Diddy, you will never hit the streets again. You and Donald Trump are great friends, and Epstein are great friends. P. Diddy will never. Him and Donald Trump is the same person. When you're looking at Diddy, their spirit is the same person. When you're looking at Donald Trump, his spirit is just like Epstein. They are one. Cassie Ventura is having her third baby, a baby boy, for her handsome husband, Mr. Fine. Donnie, when I say fine, you don't know what fine is. So don't ever think anybody talking about you. But you and Diddy and Epstein are the same person. You carry the same spirit. A yuck, demonic spirit. Hold on. I muted it. Sorry.
Get ready for increased prices. Walmart is set to increase prices because of tariffs by the end of May, by the end of this month. Donald Trump once told Walmart to, quote, eat the tariffs. It doesn't appear as though Walmart is going to be eating anything. The only people that are going to be eating the tariffs are going to be the people that shop at Walmart.
I don't shop at Walmart, so I'm okay.
That is going to be raising prices by the end of the month and potentially into June. We have confirmation that shoe giants Adidas and Nike will be raising costs on products this summer. We also have confirmation that the toy giant Mattel will be raising prices on a whole host of toys coming in to America as well. When Donald Trump said that American children should expect less Barbies for Christmas, he meant it because they're going to be a lot more expensive once these tariffs really take effect. A 90-day pause on many of the reciprocal tariffs is coming to
an end. But the truth is, the tariffs have already kicked in. Order something from China right now. And you know, people normally start their Christmas shopping around this time because things would normally be cheaper, but they will not be cheaper. Donald Trump is dragging you on the pavement by your hair with these prices. Food prices, dragging you by your hair on the pavement. Gas prices, dragging you by your hair on the pavement. That's what Donald Trump is doing to the American people. Hit that like button.
Breaking news right now, Donald Trump just pardoned a West Virginia sheriff one day before he was set to begin a 10-year prison term for accepting bribes and deputizing individuals, giving them badges, law enforcement badges, in exchange for monetary payment. In a new statement, he writes, Sheriff Scott Jenkins, his wife Patricia, and their family have been dragged through hell by a corrupt and weaponized Biden.
As long as you white and corrupt, Donald Trump loves you.
Biden Department of Justice, and he doesn't deserve to spend a single day in jail. Now, here's the thing. Sheriff Jenkins was scheduled to go to prison tomorrow. He was actually sentenced back in March of this year under the Trump administration, and the Trump administration's Department of Justice celebrated the sentencing in a press release released on the DOJ's website. The sheriff was literally accepting money and giving random people badges. They were not vetted. They were not trained. Spread the word so more people know.
Be sure to subscribe to Aaron Partners, please. He's on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. An amazing commentator and good at doing his research. Somebody put in my chat early, and I know you're still in my chat, that Midas Touch Network is not real news. Well, baby, they're beating Joe Rogan. And I'm going to leave it as that. And Donald Trump hates them. So I love them. And I always will love them. a little bit more Black history to make MAGA piss in their panties.
Thomas Edison stole his invention, so he took Edison to court and won. He made trains safer, he made subways possible, and if you've ever ridden one without crashing, you can thank him. But chances are, you've never even heard of him. His name was Granville T. Woods, born in 1856, Black, brilliant, self-taught. They called him the Black Edison, but let's be real. Edison should have been called the White Woods, because Woods wasn't just good, he was revolutionary. He lived in a time when Black genius was ignored, stolen, and erased. He didn't get invited to the labs. He built his own. He didn't get degrees. He earned respect. When he patented a way for trains to talk to stations, saving lives, Edison tried to claim it was his. Woods fought him in court and won. He invented the third rail, the electric power line that runs trains to this day. He improved brakes, telegraphs, even early phones. Over 50 patents. Every won a battle, but they buried his legacy. Textbooks left him out. Edison got the spotlight. Woods got forgotten. Because this country uplifts power, not always truth. Granville died alone, but he died brilliant. A man who gave everything so millions could move safely every day. You ride his legacy?
I just said this about Memorial Day. What did I say about Memorial Day? It was originated by who? Black people. Yes, then white people claim it. I hate chicken that's not seasoned. And Donald Trump reminds me of a hen. You know, when you buy it at the grocery store, you have to wash it off and just look at it. I hate raisins in my potato salad. I love avocados. So, I'm going to say this about this great bill.
Break this all down for you because this was a sight to behold. So you had MAGA Republican Senator Rand
Be sure
Paul
to subscribe to Midas Touch Network. This is the great BN. Subscribe to that channel on YouTube.
Budget bill. And then he described Donald Trump and MAGA Mike as the emperors with no clothes. Watch this.
Somebody has to stand up and yell, the emperor has no clothes, and everybody's falling in lockstep on this. Pass the big, beautiful bill. Don't question anything. Well, conservatives do need to stand up and have their voice heard. This is a problem we've been facing for decades now, and if we don't stand up on it, I really fear the direction the country is going.
Let me break this all down for you because this was a sight to behold. So you had MAGA Republican Senator Rand Paul saying that somebody's got to stand up against this atrocious, ridiculous, horrible
I agree
bill.
with you,
He
Ben.
described Donald Trump and MAGA Mike as the emperors with no clothes. Watch this.
Somebody has to stand up and yell, the emperor has no clothes, and everybody's falling.
I know the emperor has no clothes, but do we want to see Donald Trump without his clothes? Do we want to see the retard without his clothes? I don't want to see that, Jesus. Then it would just mess my eyesight up. Donald Trump, you need to be admitted into a nursing home. And stop soiling in your clothes in the Oval Office. That Depends hate you. So we're going to just skip to the loo on over to what the French were doing. The president of France, his wife, is shoving him in his face. And they want to just say that they were just playing around, playing footsie. Really? But clear people are always lying. So I'm going to show you this. Hold on, I'm going to start it over. Uh-oh, hold on. I'll play it again. His wife shoved him in his face. And they think that our eyes did not see what happened. Look. White lies get told daily. White lies. See, they inherit that lying thing from their ancestors. They had to play it off because we saw it. But they put out in the news that they was playing around, horse playing. Okay. You horse playing. Okay. We're no fools. We saw her shove you in your face, and that's usually when you did something very naughty. Probably with somebody else. And she just ain't let the cat out the bag. One moment, please. So I'm going to show you this, then I'm going to read a little bit of it. One moment. So, Mr. Pondex, he says, Siri, tell me the story of the 3 Negroes who celebrated Memorial Day first. And this is what Siri has to say. Siri says, the first Memorial Day celebration on record was held by newly freed enslaved people in Charleston, South Carolina. The beautiful Charleston, South Carolina with a bunch of plantations. Oh, Antebellum, do your thing. On May 1st, 1865, freed people gathered with members of the U.S. colored troops to bury and honor fallen Union soldiers. So, all you got to do is ask Siri and you'll get the truth, baby, who originated Memorial Day. Moving along, I shall resume. One moment. Quid pro quo. You see what I'm saying? One moment.
Trump was asked, why did you pardon Trevor Milton? Now, Trevor Milton is the founder of Nikola.
Hit that like button. Come on, come on. Come on, kings and queens. Hit that like button.
About the electric vehicle maker's technology. He was pardoned last Friday by Trump. Milton said he spoke to Trump over the phone and that he has been pardoned. Trump asked, why'd you pardon the guy? Trump doesn't know.
What was your reason for pardoning Trevor Milton?
Highly recommended by many people. That was taken
money.
He did a business deal like in Utah, as I have it, and I think he was exonerated, and then they brought him into New York.
Scandal revealed.
Rough road. I mean, he was exonerated. It was a big celebration. Again, I don't know him, but I was. They say it was very unfair, and they say the thing that he did wrong was he was one of the first people that supported a gentleman named Donald Trump for president. He supported Trump. He liked Trump. I didn't know him, but he liked him.
Take him to the nursing home.
And they went after him. They went after his family. They went after his businesses. And he was, I believe, exonerated. And then they went after him again. And they brought him this time into Manhattan. And he had nothing to do with Manhattan. And they got him. And I said, that's unfair. There are many people like
Trump feels unfair because it's a white man.
Convicted of fraud for making false claims about just about every aspect of his business to investors. And by the way, he and his wife donated $1.8 million to a Trump re-election campaign fund less than a month before the November election. That's what this is really about.
Corruption.
It's more quid pro quo and more nonsense. Donald Trump was asked, why did you pardon Trevor Milton?
I never seen, and I have a dream. I never seen so much corruption in the White House. Never. Oh, and they bring up Hillary's emails. Oh, they talk about Hunter Biden. Who gives a fuck? One moment, please.
Today, I present to you the Cabinet of Meritocracy. Let's begin, shall we? First up is Frank Bisignano. I apologize if I said his name wrong, but he's a moron. He's the
Hit that like button. Come on.
I had to Google what the Commissioner of Social Security
Thank
does.
you. Hit the like button, people. Come on, kings and queens.
Kristi Noem. Actually, I prefer this picture of Kristi Noem before all the plastic surgery. Kristi Noem said that habeas corpus is the president's constitutional right to deport anyone he wants. Merit. Next, Linda
Thank
McMahon.
you, kings and queens.
Actually, Linda McMahon. She's the head of the Department of Education. And when giving a speech that she clearly did not write, she called AI education A1 education. Merit. And you all know this broken voice box of the head of
Sound like he got disease in his
Services,
throat.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr. of the beloved Kennedy
He be giving
family.
some head,
Recently,
giving some
RFK
head.
Jr. swam in a bacteria-ridden, including but not limited to E. coli creek. Merit. And last but certainly not least, we have
Can I have a
Pete
drink,
Hegseth,
please? He
more
loves that
commonly known
brown.
as Pete Hegseth. He's the head of the Department of Defense, and he installed a dirty line on his computer so that he can continue to use an unsecured messaging app, a messaging app on which he includes his wife in top secret conversations. Merit. In conclusion, I'm so glad that we discovered that DEI was the problem, so we replaced it with this wonderful merit-based system. Thank you. Today, I present...
Can we say corruption at its finest? None of them will qualify for their positions. And RFK, I can't stand to hear you talk. What kind of disease is in your throat? Maybe if you keep that black ping out your mouth, black eggplant out your mouth. He has a yeast infection in his throat. Maybe, I'm not sure, allegedly. Now, he's fine. He's over health. I guess he's a walking billboard for health.
Morning, everyone. Did you know that Florida leads the nation in hate groups? Yeah. Tell me something I didn't know. I really didn't need the Southern Law Poverty Center to tell me this. I mean, I can feel the animosity, the hate, the disgust, their freaking vile look across their face when I'm speaking Spanish to my mom in some places. Or sometimes I see that Karen frown when a Black person is crossing their path, while they are still wearing their Trump hat and clutching their Trump flag. Meanwhile, while Trump is taking away their food stamps and their Medicaid, they consistently villainize the migrant community who help put food on their table, who help build their homes, who help make a community. Now, according to the Southern Law Poverty Center, this is an approximation, there is like 100 hate groups in Florida, 50 in Georgia, and 25 in Alabama. And why do they hate Black and brown people and Jewish people as well? Is because they believe in the white replacement theory. They think that we are here intentionally
To service
trying
them.
to replace them. Listen, in order to combat this maladaptive thinking that they have, we need to teach accurate history, support DEI, and critical thinking. All of these things are being demonized in the right. And in DeSantis, Florida, he's trying to make sure that you don't know your history. He's trying to make sure that you don't really think, you don't use your critical thinking skills, and he villainized being woke. And he is taking away DEI access. Why do you think they're implementing PragerU curriculum? And what is PragerU curriculum? It is a conservative platform that offers itself as an alternative for progressive indoctrination. Yeah. And then you wonder why we have these.
And to think that Donald Trump is suing the Democrat Party for hiring too many Black people. Well, Democrat, you got to think just like the evil people. Now y'all have every right to sue Donald Trump for hiring too many white people. Flip the script. Stop playing checkers and play chess. Think evil, a lot more evil than your opponent. So, coming from one of our beautiful, clear people, Harry Shannon, this is what he posted. I'm going to show you, then I will read it to you because it's got to be a subliminal message, okay? June 14th, 12 p.m. But you know what? I'm going to make sure I don't have anything planned on June the 14th. I'm going to see if I can do a marathon and come on here as long as I can. I'm not promising you that because I have to pay bills. I have to do real work because this doesn't pay my bills. So when I'm being targeted by you, MAGA, this doesn't pay my bills. So you're not hurting me. Okay? and I don't work for anyone. Okay? So, if there's money for a parade, there's money for Medicaid. So, no King's Day, June the 14th at 12 p.m. No. Soon as you get your ASS up that morning, we're going to celebrate President Barack Obama. And I'm going to throw some of the great President Joe Biden in there. And his beautiful wife, Dr. Jill Biden. And the great graduate from Princeton, Michelle Obama, with her high IQ, Donnie. You low IQ. We will not celebrate you. I'd be damned. You will not get celebrated the way you think you are. Because white, black, brown, Asian, etc. will be celebrating other presidents that really cared about the American people. You get no grace on June the 14th. It ain't happening. It would never happen.
Break this all down.
Hold on.
Some big news right now. Donald Trump is on the verge of deporting one of his biggest fans, rapper El Funky, who is a Cuban rapper who has been in the United States of America for about 6 months under the Cuban Adjustment Act of 1966. Now, the United States government rejected his request to stay here more and stay here essentially permanently. And now El Funky faces deportation within 30 days. And if he gets deported, he's likely to face prison time in Cuba because he helped lead significant anti-government protests. This is a plea he posted to his Instagram saying, I have 30 days to leave the country or I will be deported. I ask all my Cuban brothers who know my anti-communist trajectory and the congressmen of this country more than ever, I need your support today. Greetings and blessings. He's a big supporter of Donald Trump's, and thus far, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who had in his career been very open to promoting humanitarian efforts to bring individuals facing persecution in their home countries into the United States. Well, he's remained silent. Spread the word and follow along for more. We have some
Okay.
right now,
I keep telling y'all the attack is on black and who? Brown people. But he brings in from South Africa 400-pound people over there eating so much bread. Whew. He brings in white South Africans while removing black and brown people from a country they was born into. Have their citizenship. The ones that was just about to get their green card. They go in on the day that they are promised to receive their citizenship and they get arrested. But you bring in white South Africans, Donald Trump, and you are pretty much trying to threaten the African president with your lies of genocide white people. But what about the genocide black people, Donald Trump? From the gang members, the KKK, the terroristic group, the KKK, the terroristic group, J6ers, the terroristic group, Proud Boys, the terroristic group, MAGA. Tell me, Donnie, with your pissity pants, what about the genocide of black people? Don't you ever let that shit come out your mouth again saying white genocide. You 400-pound slob sitting at that Oval desk. Annabella, do your work. New Orleans, Louisiana. Do what needs to be done. There's a plantation need attention. Hold on, one moment.
Kingdom, Satan, we're gonna tear your kingdom down. Satan, we're gonna tear your kingdom down.
Who will we be celebrating on June the 14th? Tell me, who will we be celebrating on June the 14th? This who we are celebrating on Donald Trump's birthday at that beautiful parade he's supposed to be having. All over social media, from black people, from white people to brown people, will be celebrating President Barack Obama. We will not celebrate the hatred in the Oval Office. We will not celebrate the man that insists on the black genocide. South Africa's taking their land back that was stolen from them. Where's the white genocide? Donald Trump. Oh, we got black genocide in America, and you don't give a damn. So why the should we give a damn about you?
Satan, we're gonna tear your kingdom down.
One moment, please. Just a moment. And we all be wondering, how did Donald Trump end up the way he is? This explains it all. This explains why he's a monster in the Oval Office. This explains why he's targeting black and brown people. He always been intimidated by the black man. Donnie, you're always gonna have a small thing in your pants, and your neighbor is bigger than what's in your pants, and you wear a diaper. No woman wants that. Melania doesn't want that. So that's why she's not staying in that Oval Office with you.
Okay, everybody, I decided that where he was before by the dinner table was causing indigestion, and he needed a more suitable location. This is where he lives now.
One moment, please.
I'm going to say a prayer, and I need you to be with me on this one. Please bow your head. Lord, right now we come asking that you come and get this nigga Donald J. Trump from the earth. Take his ass to glory. He down here fucking shit up. He can't even give condolences to families who had members to perish in a plane crash. He want to blame it on DEI. Lord, he's too stupid to be the motherfucking president. Please come and get this nigga. We need you now like we've never needed you before. It is in your son's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. We will not be celebrating Donald Trump on June the 14th. It could never happen. There's a black genocide in America. And it's been happening for decades and centuries. But Donald Trump would rather ignore what's happening to black people and just keep attacking us. Satan, God's going to tear your kingdom down. I want to thank each and every last one of y'all, because without y'all, we wouldn't have this channel. And I want y'all to know y'all are all beautiful kings and queens. Don't allow Donald Trump's racist ways to tear you down, because God's going to tear that kingdom down. The plantations will be destroyed. God's going to tear that kingdom down. Not the God that Donald Trump and Paula White discussing, because Donald Trump think he is God. God's going to tear that kingdom down. Plantations will be destroyed. You attack God's chosen ones with the melanin, black and brown people. I love y'all. My clear people, I love you too. I just wish you had a better soul, but you inherit your ancestors' soul, and that's not good. I love you all in my chat, the enemies and all. I love you through God. I love all of y'all. Get your soul right. Stop being racist. Get rid of anything you got of Donald Trump. Because God is coming soon. God's going to tear down Donald Trump. He's going to tear down Donald Trump's everything. Not one thing, everything. God's going to tear your kingdom down. Goodbye.